It's not enough to train today's workforce. We also have to prepare tomorrow's workforce by guaranteeing every child access to a world-class education.
When you're 9 years old and you come into a school with a different culture, different people, you feel like you don't belong.
Estiven and his family arrived in this country when he was in 4th grade.
I think my parents moved here so that we could become professionals, have better education opportunities.
La idea principal de nosotros llegar a este país era más por ellos, para que ellos tenían la oportunidad de hacerse de una profesión con más facilidad en este país y el futuro es más idóneo para ellos.
At the beginning, there were points that I thought I wasn't going to make it, mostly because of the language.
6th grade teacher of his remembers him coming in and it was like reading The Bernstein Bears and struggling to read that.
I feel like I can't understand. I'm not as capable as the other students.
Cuando Estiven ingresó a la escuela WIR, que en la primera semana él llegó aquí como llorando, porque no entendía nada de la clase.
I didn't have that dedication and motivation without my parents' sacrifice. And as soon as we came here and I saw their struggle, and I saw how hard they were working for my opportunities, if I didn't succeed there, then was their sacrifice in vain? That's when I realized I had to work the same or even harder for my own opportunities.
"90% of our alums are first-generation college students. One of our biggest challenges is to make sure that our kids and our families view themselves as worthy of the opportunity.
I talked to my parents, and then we went to the school, we talked to the counselor, we talked to the principal. They had a teacher for me so that I could understand what was going on in the class.
Yeah, when do I multiply my exponents?
Blue Engine is an education nonprofit organization with whom we're partnered, and our school actually was the first ever partner.
Think about 3 pages left.
At the base of it, Blue Engine's a people engine. We mobilize a new generation of college students to enter the education field through a different way, a really unique path.
Blue Engine provides our school with a small core of Blue Engine teaching assistants. We call them betas.
So a lead teacher would do direct instruction and then they would break down the class into each beta would have, let's say, 4 to 6 students, and they would personalize the instruction for those students.
Essentially what it allows us to do is to really ensure that we know all of our kids' strengths and needs really well.
Using that leverage of a relationship with those individual students has the opportunity to really change the students' motivation and engagement with the material.
The goal really overall is to make sure that dramatically greater numbers of students aren't just eligible for college but truly ready.
Without that support, I wouldn't be able to perform in the classroom. It kind of just established my hard work throughout all 3 years of high school.
Estiven's just an incredible student. People have just been floored by how intense and how inspiring his path has been. And so we got a phone call, and then the unthinkable happened.
The first time I went down to the White House, I went for the college summit.
The first group of students to work with those teaching assistants are seniors now. One of them, Estiven Rodriguez.
He mentions me, and it almost feels like the whole room and like everybody was just watching me.
Today, with the support of a tightly knit school community,
Let's go, seniors, let's go!
he's one of the top students in his senior class at Washington Heights Expeditionary Learning Schools, or WHEELS.
It was remarkable to hear the president talk about one of my students who was sitting next to me in our school and our partner organization.
As soon as he's done with the speech, he kind of just calls Secret Service and he tells them, go get that student. And they call me and just put me into this room and I get to meet him.
Fast forward a couple weeks later, the Friday night before the State of the Union address, I got a call that said that the president's speechwriters were working on his State of the Union address, and they were thinking of including a piece on Estiven Rodriguez.
Look at me.
I don't think it's real until you get there.
Estiven's older brother, myself, and he went down to Washington, D.C. the day before the State of the Union.
Right now, we just arrived at Washington, D.C. We're in the station. We're about to head to the hotel, and then later we're going to be at the White House.
We attended a reception that Michelle Obama had.
First, I get to meet Michelle Obama at the White House. She was really nice. Actually, the first thing she told me was, "Aren't you sick of us yet?" And I was like, no, I'll never get sick of you guys. What do you think? From there, we were taken on like this secret private van. They closed all the streets to like Capitol Hill. And we get there, and I'm sitting 2 seats away from Michelle Obama. And imagine when she walks in the room, it's like the whole room stops. When he walks in the room, the feeling is even greater.
Estiven Rodriguez couldn't speak a word of English when he moved to New York City at age 9. But last month, thanks to the support of great teachers and an innovative tutoring program, he led a march of his classmates through a crowd of cheering parents and neighbors from their high school to the post office where they mailed off their college applications. And this son of a factory worker just found out he's going to college this fall.
It was surreal to see him there.
School community.
It was breathtaking for a minute because from where we came from, especially here in this neighborhood, and I grew up with him, it was amazing to see that at least one of us got to that point.
I feel like I worked really hard in high school, and not many people paid attention. But when he said it, it almost felt like a lot more people were looking at how hard I was working. Imagine not being able to speak up for yourself, communicate, and truly make the right choices. I was that middle schooler who easily could have fallen into the wrong path.
I think seeing Estiven there is a reflection of, okay, so I'm coming from this community, the Wheels community, Latino community, the Washington Heights community. I can see myself now there because I've seen someone who looks like me do this.
Estiven Rodriguez.
Ha sido una cosa sorprendente. Claro, con un esfuerzo bien sobrehumano entre tanto su mamá como yo. Y ellos también, porque ellos me han correspondido con lo que nosotros le hemos exigido.
To the 9-year-old version of myself, I would say to work hard and have dedication to succeed. I think education is important, but the support group that you have and the people around you is probably more important.
Reaching high goals, maybe against odds, working really hard, leveraging an opportunity. This is what our school is built on, and Estiven exemplifies all of that.
The most inspiring part for our team is that Estiven's not the only one. There's quietly, every single day, young people in schools like Wheels and across our networks. The power of the American dream is very much alive.
What I have accomplished is what my parents have provided. I found this voice, but through college and beyond, it will be further developed to show the leader I want to become and the role model I will be to my community.